maybe even like 15.
Especially like 20 or 30, it's all exactly like that.
Oh, they're pretty young. They started.
Oh, I forgot about
Do
this.
you know Jet?
Yeah, the band Jet?
They sound like they're like 80s.
Right? Yeah, they sound like AC/DC. Oh. Yeah, they're a good band.
I remember being on a bill with Jet and Cage in Dallas, I think it was. Yeah. Back in the day.
Oh, thanks, yeah. You know, my son's name is
Oh.
No, got a little later, but with the same.
This part, like the order.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
Oh, yeah. I like this. This is like.
Yeah. That was well, right?
So that Dylan remembers how to play those songs.
This was the first thing I was just about to put it back.
You guys want to do a quick sound check? You good?
Alright, 1, 2. I'm ready now.
Back to one.
Alright. Two into arcs of oblivion. Yeah, ours is a desperate song. You're not that bright, I'm not that strong. And the outcome looks exceedingly clear. We are always separate, always here. How long will the rest in faith? How long till you fluorescent girl in city. How long will the rest of me? How long till you you, night, day and night. How long will the rest of
I just want to say, I love how you pulled through that part, because like,
Yeah, I totally forgot that.
but that's live music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what a band is you have each other's back. You know, what's the line? Your job is to make your brother right. You know?
I like that.
So like,
It
it's
is that
not
thing.
about he's wrong. It's like, no, I'm gonna make him right. Whatever he's playing. Like,
When he starts in the wrong key, you're like, okay, I gotta make
Yeah,
that right.
exactly.
I gotta go back. I don't even know this.
John's gonna have to make me right for 26 years.
All the way around. Yeah.
Wait, didn't that happen when you guys were playing Mess with Me? Ethan, weren't you in a different, you had to do something different?
Oh, that was for a concert like I don't know, a year ago.
For Toxic City, probably.
No, yeah, Arctic
Or you
Monkeys. Arctic
I
Monkeys.
think you
I was
like,
tuned
an
down
encore,
to
but the
drop
last song
D.
was in drop D, but the encore wasn't.
And he just,
And so I had like
just
everything
changed it
was
on the
like
fly.
here,
Yeah.
so then I had to do it like an octave
You have to
up,
do the roots on
and
that.
it was so like
Yeah.
but nobody knew. Like, I mean, none of us had
I
any
know, I
clue.
know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I didn't know.
Octave up, but like,
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. And embracing it, where you're like, I would never choose this. I'm gonna embrace it. Give it a hug. Here we go.
Alright.
which one did you choose? Or is that all
All of us?
of us? Oh, okay.
Okay, this is another one. I think the next. There's an ocean between us, a mountain we climb, and all the damage that we've done, we cannot rewind. But now's the time, you know it's never too late to be the one with solutions. I'm asking you straight. Can you leave us with bright skies and clear water moving and green fields with cows that are mowing? The air that we're breathing's the same for me and you. And can you leave me with one heart that keeps beating like it's been from the beginning? Oh, the same for me and you. Plastic reaching over and living in a world that just keeps turning, running toward the future where the ice is thin. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you've been. Now's the time when we can begin again. Can you leave us with bright skies, clear water
That's my favorite one.
Same.
Yes.
That's a fun one.
That one
When you
makes,
beat
that one makes me
Nirvana,
cry
that's
every
pretty
time.
good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Mom, are you good?
That one makes me cry every time.
Oh,
pick
you
a
want
hat.
to do it? I think there's two more.
Okay. Sunlit sky.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
I think I make one sign.
That's him. That's all him.
That's Kevin.
You just, and then you drew the outside with.
Yeah. Had a couple markers.
Yeah.
It's a, there's
Oh,
a there's
yeah,
a
I think
paper
you
that
did
there was
teach
like
me,
10
probably
bad
forgot.
times, but
Yeah. My Sharpie does not.
It's a nuclear.
My Sharpies don't work that way
We can
either.
let you borrow.
Yeah.
I'll just mess around and try it.
Yeah, I'll see.
Love trials. Trials.
Different
It's like, it's my favorite way to make it look like I know. It's like,
Mace, you want some water? Mace, you want some water?
I also
Sure.
for sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna get some.
Is this one in drop D or regular D?
Oh, heavy.
Or not D at
it's not in
all?
drop D.
This one's not in D at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a challenge for you guys in that last one.
Yeah.
You come up with a post chorus.
Okay.
Where after the chorus.
How about this? How about this? Oh.
Hey!
Oh, that was awesome.
Pretty much. I feel like if I heard something like that after the chorus, it would feel very gratifying.
Yeah.
Rather than going straight into a verse.
Gotcha.
And the
Yeah.
second and third chorus they didn't feel like they needed it, but I feel like if you come up with something strong enough that you're tempted to put it everywhere. Start with something like come up with something that you're like, dude, we can start the song, we can end it. But I do
I think
think
you know it's worth it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's some that's been a trend the last like 15 years in music is like this
Yeah.
like post chorus, you know, whether it's Bieber to whoever, like that's like the catchier than the chorus even seems like. So if you wanted to do it that, I feel like it would be very gratifying. And I would love to hear all y'all sing.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Why is it?
All you need to do is just go.
I'll just not say no all the
You don't like to sing?
I mean, like, we used to think, like, on the musical, that this horrible thing happened to me called puberty. And like, yeah.
You'll bring it back.
Come back around.
We're working on it.
It's when you start driving and you're in the car by yourself, that's when it comes back.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no one's listening. Especially when we had a 68 VW bug and it was really loud. So
Too good to had to sing loud.
and it was like their songs were all really high, and I couldn't get those out of. And I just and it's like, okay, so you make it, and no one's in the car with you.
That when I got earplugs, I would like find myself singing along because I couldn't hear myself, so it felt like no one else could. When people definitely could. So not as useful as it was.
You're like, oh, I can't hear myself.
Just like psychologically, it helped. I'm sorry. Okay.
Wait,
I forgot what song.
I got it.
Oh.
I know what I'm doing.
Sitting on the floor in the parking lot. Summer's gone and it's getting cold again. Concrete feels so wet. Lying on my bed, thinking about my father. Knowing it's gone, it's getting warm again. With all those people I met. But it's so lonely now, yeah, it's so lonely now. Clouds over my head, and I'm looking down. It's so lonely now, it's so lonely now. I say, yeah.
great ideas, great instincts.
I mean, it's,
I think they got one more original in the hat.
Ooh,
basket.
In the basket hat. It's a bad hat.
Yeah,
it's a bad.
couldn't find a good hat.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
That's another
No,
original.
you know good.
It's
Yes.
done.
You can do the multiverse.
The 5.
The
I
most
can do the 3. I can do that
He
with
does
the help
the
of
speed
instruments.
cue.
Sometimes. I don't know.
What's your record for the 3?
23 seconds.
Yeah, it was lucky. It was a lucky one. I used a bunch of technical jargon, but I forgot.
On tour, a lot of the swings, the kids that knew multiple parts, but
Could've
would
stayed.
only go on if people were sick. They had a lot of just idle time backstage.
Yeah.
People got insanely good at Rubik's cubes.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
kind of scary.
I believe it. Wow.
So you can't see your fingers.
Yeah.
Alright, feel
They all have this little timer thing.
Yeah, they all have the
Oh.
timers where you take your hands off.
Oh,
Wow.
they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they got that serious about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
debating brands.
Time for more try.
Seriously.
Okay, time for more tryouts.
Yeah.
This is another.
I mean, it goes, it's like Mason writes a song, and I'm like, what should we try at? You know, it's like I try to add stuff without ruining the song, but I can still be there, you know,
Yeah.
and be like, I'm part of this.
But that's good. But that, I mean, like after you guys do this song, I would love to pose that question to them about the writing process that you guys have been doing and suggestions they might have for that, because it's been, an interesting.
That is a tricky thing. I mean, because Tim and Chad and we have a similar thing where I'll come up with a song and the bass player is like, well, you're adding a new thing, but with the other guitar player, you're like, well, you play the same chords you're playing, but it is like, it's not an easy, like, this is what always works kind of thing. You kind of find your way through where you're like, oh, that
Yeah, we
feels
listen to
good.
so many more different music that we're sort of inspired and sort of like we know what we're talking about when we're like, oh, can you do the octaves thing? Like I said, can you do some octaves on that? And
Cameron,
he
you know what
he knows exactly.
I
what to do.
actually do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear this. And I can't wait to see you find your way forward.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Walking through the cool breeze as stars disappear, and the trees are rustling in the zoo, which can't help but feel that you just can't feel that you can't feel everything's fine, and you can't help but see that nothing is seen 'cause you're the first one inside.
So from within, you know, I mean, we played a lot of bad gigs where the crowd is dead, and he's happy.
Not literally dead. Figure.
Yeah. We played a lot of shows in cemeteries.
Hey, you know, have a good time.
We'll even say like before we go on stage, like, okay, we gotta bring it. It's right here. It's all eyes.
Sometimes, yeah, you look out, bring your own party. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I like the flat 5 chord in that song.
Yeah.
You know, like those surprise chords.
It's like the musicians listening to it. Is that an accident? But then the bass follows it too, so it's like.
Yeah, I mean, those are those things that sometimes they are birthed as an accident, and you're like, oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And you know, those are things like, just pay attention to those mistakes as they happen. I don't know if that's how that one happened, but it's like, there's no wrong notes, right? And a lot of times those surprise chords that aren't normally in the key are like, oh, that's my favorite part. You know?
I mean, it sets it apart from every other song. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you see I don't know, a lot of rock bands, or when they do songs, they do like the major 5 in the minor, you know? It's like, you know, but it's like everyone does that now.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people do that. I've seen. But yeah.
Well, like Nirvana, pretty much every song has like a sneaky chord that shouldn't be in the key.
And the Beatles.
Yeah.
Leaving key. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mistake reveals the hidden intention.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Oops.
Do you remember that just now? That was good.
Right at time. There.
Yeah, so when you're coming, because you have an interesting role of augmenting and lifting, and you're like much of the structure, the architecture of the song is fairly steady.
Mm-hmm.
The chord progression and the melody is gonna rise and fall, but as far as the arc is concerned, it's fairly constant, and you're kind of the gas pedal or the brake, like delineating chorus, verse, you know? And so that's a really powerful place to be. Like, what's gonna lift the chorus? What's gonna guide people through the song?
I mean, when he wrote the second part, or like maybe I write the second part for a song, I try to, I don't know, because as a guitarist mentality, it's like, this would be a really good song for a guitar solo. It's every song, it's like every song should have a guitar solo, you know. So I try to limit myself and be like, maybe I should do a guitar solo, you know. I mean, I didn't make it with him, and I still messed up. Hey, we'll forget that, but yeah.
Like, I loved even just the simple da-da-da.
Yeah,
that
me too.
That was great. It didn't need anything more than that. It was
Yeah.
not like,
It's a great simple hook.
it's a funny thing is, again, dumb guy always wins.
Yeah.
Like you play it and you're like, oh, it's kind of, I could play this finger tapping, but I don't know that it's better. You know? Yeah. So,
That was
great.
great.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you say?
He played the first bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers song. Okay, mister.
Is it more fun to play?
Yeah, you see,
Those
that's
are
fun
more
to play.
It's arts. It's arts.
Like I'm happy.
Well, it's the mental challenge, like you said, versus the heart, the playing
Yeah.
the heart
Yeah.
to convey feeling and build a relationship versus this mental fun game of like,
How
can I
fast can I
master this? Can I?
Yeah. It is basically a great example would be like, I've never been moved by watching somebody do a Rubik's Cube.
Right.
It's incredible. I mean, it's
You don't
like,
cry.
oh my gosh, I just teared up. So like,
I mean, well, I don't know. I mean,
He might.
feel. I mean, when Tyrone Volzinski got the sub-5 world record average, I was.
Emotional.
It was a big moment. Yeah, but then Matt Park stole.
Dylan's always been a
I
like
watched that
lover
movie.
of.
Oh, yeah, Sweet View. Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, that was like before the age of Tyrone Volzinski. So that's. I mean, he's just on a different level. You know.
We're all gonna nod like.
Oh no, it's sort of like like the F2L and the OL and the second layer skip and
Dylan. Dylan.
Yeah.
weird is that?
Did I pick the tall school by accident?
I mean, I
I
can
mean-
still cut. I
Yeah,
use
yeah.
my shoes, right?
Those shoes could be like.
Okay. Yeah.
Should we ask them about the name?
Oh boy.
About
Oh,
whether
you're gonna bring
they're
that?
brothers
Oh.
or not brothers?
Wait, we've got to figure
I'm
it out.
gonna bring that up.
It's, well, do you know what their name, well, okay. So they were going by CTV for a long time because I just kept thinking True Blood, you know, people think a vampire show. And I don't know, everyone, when they have shows, it's literally been spelled like CMD, you know, it's been spelled wrong.
No,
Most
it's
people remember
just
it.
like, oh, what's it? CD, you know, it's like.
So everyone's been telling us, if you have a cool last name, might as well go with it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't from the beginning, more so because of just like privacy reasons. They were so little, and we didn't need people knowing their last names, and it just felt weird to do that.
But now we are mature.
But now they're so old and mature that, and people keep asking like, why isn't True Blood the name of the band if that's your last name and it's such a cool last name, blah blah blah. And so, but
Thanks, Dad.
yeah.
Thanks.
But then we find that people are naturally calling them like the True Blood Brothers, like that's
Because
coming
just who
just
we
naturally,
You know.
also, and so
And then there's a lot of other bands like the Jonas Brothers and the Hanson Brothers. And
But we're not the young
But then there's also like a bunch of bands with brothers that are
that are not
fake brothers.
Oh,
Like there's like the Avett brothers or whoever. They're not really brothers.
There's like a remote.
there's like
Yeah.
Thomas twins.
oh, the Thompson twins, yeah, we were talking about that, 'cause there's three of them. Ethan
There's
was like,
three
there's
outside.
three of them. I was
But
like,
Yeah.
they need
Just
it.
Thompson's
Like,
twins.
yeah, I don't know what
They
to say.
need it.
And that unaware of it could be just the Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
Because then that's a
Oh,
phrase
multiple.
that it means something.
You know, Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's tied into your name, but it's not exactly the name. And if I heard that, I wouldn't think like, oh, it's the Partridge Family or something.
Right,
It's got a little bit of an edge to it. But I like it.
I think they're all better than CDMB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just it kind of happened because again for the privacy thing you would like refer to us in social media just by our initial CDME and then so
Yeah.
you just ended up grouping them
Yeah.
together and then that just slowly became
But
what
Tim,
we had in tape on the bass drum.
we have like 100 CDME stickers, like, a couple hundred in the garage, I don't know what to do with that.
They're gonna be collector's items.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like handled a lot of shows previously, so it's like right.
We changed our name and we thought it would be a big deal, and it was not a big deal. People actually liked the original one better. we had this big show. We were playing with POD and a bunch of other bands, and we were like, we decided we're gonna change our name. Everybody, there's like 12 people there, and we were Chin Up. Was our name before. And we're like, we're gonna be Switchfoot. Everyone's like, Switchfoot? We like Chin Up.
It's always weird when you mess up the name because it's not familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, like True Blood is a better name than CDME, but CDME kind of still has that sentimentality for us. Like, we're going True Blood, but CDME will always have.
Or at least something
Bottom
not
line.
wrong,
Yeah. That's a great last name.
It is a great name.
You could have been stuck with like Kowalski or something.
Rise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey.
No, there's a band, Lawrence, and I asked one of the guys, I'm like, so why is it, it's his last name. He's like, oh, okay, sorry, but I just, because they didn't play the music.
Oh my God, we know some. Oh, Chad Thompson. No, sorry, not Thompson. The other. Yeah, we know like you're the fourth Chad. We know.
No,
I mean, no, hey, see, no, I mean like, I'm saying you are below the other Chad. That's worse. That's worse. We like you equally as the other Chads.
Almost as much. Almost. If we got to know you, maybe we got almost.
We don't know yet. Sorry, but if there's a Chad named Chad.
You know how great the other chats were.
Really great guy.
These are great chats.
Yeah, so there's a Chad named Chad Slaughter.
That's what
which
it
is-
Oh yeah.
Kind of
That's
scary.
great last name.
Scary. I mean, he has a pet bunny, so it's kind of. Yeah.
I know, I want to start a law firm, Slaughter and True Blood.
Oh yes. That's intense.
Right.
Well, and then we've had people say it because like, oh, it sounds too intense for their like vibe or two, but it's their name, so you can't really argue. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna make it up.
It doesn't hit me as intense.
No.
The poster's not gonna have red
It's
in
got-
front of the word
Yeah.
fly.
It's got teeth, which is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the term we use. Like, we want our songs to have teeth. We
Yeah.
you don't want them to be like just all cute.
You know, it's a lot of
You know, you want them to feel like there's some wildness to it.
Slaughter.
There, that's her name.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm remembering the bunny Monty Python.
Someone calls him.
Is there no band called Blood Brothers?
Probably.
Yeah, they probably is.
There's a
Oh,
band
40.
There's a band
On
called
Spotify.
Yeah, on Spotify there's like.
At one point, we were just putting in
Let's
random
go
words on
Blood Brothers
Spotify, like,
182.
if it's 4 of that, 3 of that.
Yeah,
5 of that.
exactly.
Put a number after it.
Is it really that much on Spotify?
There's like
Oh my
6 different people named Asterisk. We just were putting in random words and 6 named
What?
Asterisk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
But do they have songs on there, or is it just accounts?
Dude.
No, they were like people that had like at least put one song up.
Okay.
A lot of times it's like they have like 100 listens or whatever, but it's like every single name you know you can think of.
Yeah, anything, but I tried that on Spotify. I was just
have you found
closing
any
my
other
eyes and
Switchfoot
typing
on Spotify
this song.
or anything?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. But
Or like
it's,
Switchfoot lowercase s.
I've been going. My son's been going through this because he's been trying to think of like a band name for. Because he's just going like
Slaughter Bunny.
right now.
Mhm.
And every name he's like, oh, I think I like this name. And we'll type it in. Like, oh, I see.
You should check out his son's stuff.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I think we've listened to a few songs. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Oh, what's the?
And we saw them.
That's where, yes.
Sean.
Oh, the casual
The
Shop.
Casual Shop,
His
yeah,
old
we-
band, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they had.
You guys-
they had
Yeah,
great
that's-
I was at what was that song? Then we were starting.
Orders of
This is
Disorder?
Orders of Disorder. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started that one. I swear we saw him at the Pump Jack down in Delmar. Did
He's
he
there a
skate?
lot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I swear he was. But he was in earbud mode, so we don't want bug mode.
Okay.
But,
You should have. He's a nice
I
kid.
kept feeling, I swear this is but he was yeah, that's right. So no name yet for him still.
No, he's in the hunt.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah, he was thinking about Blood Brothers.
Weird.
So I know, give our lawyers the phone number. What else?
Thanks
I-
for
I mean-
having us over, y'all.
I don't want to think Jimmy wanted to just thank you guys for the opportunity to have them all up on stage when that happened.
That was so
It
nice.
just
That was
like
so-
mind-blowing moment.
That was a
where-
gift for us.
It's still just like, really happened.
And we'll like watch the footage. Like, yeah, that. I guess that's us.
It's just like
But-
some random iPhone footage of some guy singing
It was amazing.
along.
That's easily one of my favorite moments of the whole tour.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's such a highlight for us.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, to have that trust to like.
Like, your hair, here's a guitar that's heavier than you. Oh, I was so happy.
Well, I was super confused after because you guys had no idea if we were gonna be really bad.
Yeah. If I was in your position, I would have been like, that's, yeah. Alright, but like no fret markings. It's like, oh, here it is, and I'm like,
Oh, but
where's
watch this
the octave? I was like, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
But it was really amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Scary.
So much fun.
Well, you guys are so brave to go up in front of that many people.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
We were almost thinking, when we tried to sneak sticks in or a bass in or anything, he was like, well, what if, I was like, I don't know, I'll talk to security.
Yeah.
You just gotta go in, you gotta roll with whatever
Like a
might
Metallica
happen.
bass.
Yeah, Dad like
Yeah,
Because he
kept
was
trying
like,
to make like eye contact with the
down to
ones
the-
like, hey, we're the
Oh.
people, you know. That you got that and they were like,
The cherry on top for me was a Mace toothpick.
oh yeah, Nico was there. Nico
Oh
was there.
my god. Come on, Mace.
We have a
So
bunch
cool,
more,
bro.
so that's fine.
Yeah, we just got like 60.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so fun. Oh my gosh.
Well, let's set a time for you guys to come over to the studio.
Yeah. Next time you're hungry for tacos,
Sorry.
It'll be fun.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
It's just right up, just up in Carlsbad, so it's right around the corner.
That'd be great.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think.
Are you guys cool with that?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Let me check my schedule.
Maybe think of like your favorite like 2 or 3 original songs that you've been working on, and maybe we can like get them sounding huge.
That sounds great. They probably have, I think, I don't know, like 22 or so different
It's
copyrights.
everything's in progress, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and then a lot more that are in progress. And like you said, like everything they've done, like now 6 months ago, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I would do differently now. You know, we keep
Yeah.
saying like, but that's a good thing. If you look, Craig, we were having this conversation yesterday. If you look back and you're like, man, that was so good. You know, then you're like, oh wait, I'm not progressing really.
Yeah, which is I mean that's a good point. Like you guys are going to be growing and changing so much, which is beautiful, right? So like the name thing is important, right? But you may come up with a different name 2 years from now. That's okay too. Like this is like this journey, and not just music, but life. It's a marathon, not a sprint, you know. And things that you do slowly tend to be things that you do better, you know. So like just enjoying it and taking your time with the process, you know. Like there will be moments of like lightning rod moments where it's like, oh my gosh, our song's on 91X or whatever it is, and then there'll be moments where it's like just kind of like, you know, we're playing for a couple people in a coffee shop, but it's all part of that long journey. If someone had told us that we would be a band for 26 years and counting, I would have done a lot of things differently. But a lot of times you're just
Probably
like,
be in a band with me first.
a lot of times you're just like, you know, you think you have to, you're so in the moment. Like, oh my gosh, this is everything right now. This is make or break. And it wasn't, you know. And if I'd known that we'd be still doing this 26 years, I would have, like, you'd be pacing yourself and going kind of like exactly to where you want to go rather than just to where you think other people want you to go. You know?
And I also think like sometimes there's ulterior motives for everything. You drive a car to get somewhere else, you know, like the idea that sometimes music can be seen as a vehicle to get somewhere or to achieve something, to feel good about yourself or to, you know, make people think you're cool or whatever. There's all sorts of reasons to play music, and none of those are bad reasons. But the best and highest reason to play music of like, you know, especially the songs that you guys are writing, is the joy, the inherent joy that you get playing with each other, playing the song for yourself, and communication, the joy of communicating something, you know, with a perfect stranger. Like we don't know each other that well, but you moved us, so that's a gift, you know. So that is nothing against like playing to make girls think you're cool or anything like that. That's a fine reason, but I mean, think of like Tim was saying, like along the journey, if you can find the joy of the moment, in the moment, that's a treasure that no one can take away. You know?
What makes me hopeful is because the reason we all started doing music together, and even just like when I started when I was really little, was because we liked it. Well, right, like I was too little to know that you could get famous with music. I just liked hitting the loud box.
Yeah.
Oh well, we have videos.
So hopefully, like because we started with that, we can stick with that reason.
Yeah.
Keep it
Just,
going.
just make cool things, you know. It's
Yeah.
like if we want to listen to the song, then
Maybe other
down the
people
road,
will.
you know, maybe other people will, but if they don't, it's fine, you know, because it's our
You
song.
create something beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah, the reason I want to introduce you guys to them is because they've stayed humble for 26 years. When we met them in the parking garage, they were so grateful and kind. We saw them in Houston a few months ago, they were so grateful and kind. There's no difference between behind the mic and behind the curtain. These guys are authentic men of honor. And if mentors for you, this is who I would recommend above anybody I know in rock and roll. Because to them, there's no difference between the security guy, the promoter, the headliner, the open band. They're all humans that they try to bring joy to. And that's what I would love to see you guys. In 26 years, I've never heard of bad things said about this band anywhere, which is unheard of. And how humble and kind and genuine. Everybody loves these guys because they come in to serve and to smile and to bring joys and stuff. And that's what that's the similarities that I see between you guys. It's so exciting, but that they always serve, and I want to challenge you guys to always serve. As soon as you think you're rock stars, punch each other in the throat. Because these are just brilliant musicians who bring joy all around the world, and that's what I would love to see you guys do. So that's my challenge.
Sounds good.
They're great.
Frank, we appreciate you getting this all together and making this
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
too. I feel bad because my neighbor who's like a vegan chef is preparing this like beautiful like vegetable and homemade dip like thing that she's bringing over in a few minutes. So before y'all leave, I saw that picture behind you. Somebody must have pulled that up. That was the first time they were on TV.
Oh, seriously?
But I'm
Yes. There were some TVs out on the grass. I mean, you guys all sit down there.
It's probably all done.
Did you take that for the joke?
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. You're on.
I've been looking at that photo for like 7 years and I never got that joke.
What's on TV?
Right, no, I know that,
You could
yeah.
just have anything you wanted on TV like now.
Yes.
Things were on it and you could
Even
watch it or not.
Well, it's funny, like, yeah, in our experience, you put something on the TV that you want to
Right,
watch.
right.
You select.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
We used to have to wait
Yeah.
for this. Chad, how old are your kids?
I have 2 in college. My 2 boys are in college. 21 and 19. And then my daughter's at SDA. She's 15.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we're thinking of SDA today.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out all the high school stuff. It's working hard. But yeah, no, they're happy. They have good friends and they're happy there. Yeah, but we did homeschooling for 4 or 5
There was
years
a
or
long
something.
socializing break.
I gotta say, like with Pro-Am, that was like our first show, you know, in a long time, I think, for a lot of people. But I mean, again, we went initially just to Rock At. I remember being on the beach in Rock At, and what I was surprised by was like you were talking about bringing the joy. Like when that show was done, I felt like I had such a weight lifted off me. I was just like, yeah, like it was just like you said, it was like pure dose of happy that I needed so bad, especially after the past couple of years we had. And so I mean, and then when I found out what you guys were actually doing in the water, I was like, oh my god. And then and the concert night. So like the 2 most epic moments of happy we've had the past 3 years. Thanks to you guys. So thank you very, very much because they were very needed, and so always remember them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then we heard, oh, they're doing a benefit, like a more, whatever the auction fancier one, and we hadn't been on a date yet, like one of the longest times, and we're like, we're gonna go, and they're like, cheers.
Hey, that's what inspired this living room thing. Because they were like, well, shouldn't everything just be rocking? And I was like, no, because I remember when you guys would take a break and you like walked into the audience and everything, and you're just kind of like jamming into it. I was like, no, let's do something in the living room. That's kind of like what they did.
So my friends, there's a band called Nickel Creek. You guys should look up. Chris Thiele is he wins like folk musician of the year like every year, but he's played with Yo-Yo Ma. He's like he's a mandolin player, but he's from Nickel Creek is from San Diego, but they're bluegrass, and we've been friends with them for years, and we just started doing like what they call picking parties, and no amps, no microphone, no nothing. We just kind of play, and that's the beauty of acoustic music. That was the thing that they kind of brought that back for us, where I was jealous of them because with drums and electric guitar, you can't just play anywhere.
Yeah.
And they would just show up in the corner of a room, and you're like, wow, it's music. It's happening right there. You can't do that.
Just walk in.
And so it's inspiring, and it makes you think differently about your instrument. You're like, oh, I mean, because this right here, you're projecting your vocals, and then you start thinking about dynamics, because you are your own volume pedal. You're like,
It's kind of like the Orpheus Park, like every Friday night, how these people come up with guitars and just jam.
Yeah, last summer summer, I drove by, there's Orpheus Park up here, I don't know if you know that
Yeah.
area, and I heard music, and I was like, what? So I pulled over, and I walk over, and it's all these kind of retired musician guys from the, I mean, I don't know, some of them are professional musicians, and some are old. Yes, a lot of them are older, and they just go all summer, every Friday night, they all just go there around sunset and play for like 3 hours, and they just, and it's mostly guitars but they had sometimes there was a sax, and sometimes there were other, and people come with like bongos or a cajon, and so we started bringing the boys there, and they would play old Beatles songs, and they would just play and join, and then these guys got to just watch, and they would play along, and they'd go climb up in the tree, and it was really cool.
But they would jam like till pitch black.
Yeah.
Like till the only light was just random iPhone lights.
Yeah, that's
People
what
looking at
we
lyrics,
brought
you
up.
know.
Like when mom got these like little lights and she wrapped them around the tree, you know, so people could see what they were playing.
Yeah. So now the tree lights up, and we've got a little solar battery thing there.
Oh,
So
that's
now,
so cool.
but some
So
of those
just
things.
waiting for it to warm up.
Yeah,
So they
That's
come
super
out
cool.
again.
And it's at the dog parks and stuff.
And it was a whole different generation of songs. Those guys were playing mostly what,
Yeah.
50s and 60s,
Yeah.
60s and 70s songs.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, they have a pretty wide breadth of music.
That's the wild thing too about music is just how it transcends, how you can like, you know, 6-year-old guy
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can be like, oh yeah, we're the same.
Well,
How is that true? It's true, but it's weird, yeah.
it was when we first walked out, you know, people would be, oh god, here comes the kid with the guitar, and then like, 2 seconds in, then you guys were all gelling and flowing, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I look forward to that for the summer.
Great.
And that's what I love about this town, just music is everywhere.
Yeah.
So
You guys have time to take a photo with that?
Alright, let's do it. Come on. So is this a like middle of the day kind of thing? Is that your a good time if we schedule another time to come to the studio?
honestly, you guys let us know. And, they're missing school right now, so it's we can play hooky.
Right. You guys aren't bummed.
Yeah, we'll schedule it right when I have like an English test.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll do that in the garage. Yeah, garage. And you can fall asleep, right? You can just fall asleep 5 minutes before.
All right, need some water. A little picture, I guess?
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna go through it.
All right, yeah, Thomas in picture. I will definitely do that. I'll shout out. Thank you, sir. I'm glad we practiced that.
Yeah.
We actually just did because the garage was too cold. And I was like, it actually feels right. All right.